Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that is now quite old, is very collectible and very difficult to find, especially in this mint, untouched condition. We are looking at the 2001 release by Dekker Toys from their Gerry Anderson's Captain Scarlet series of plaster and paint sets. Now, Dekker Toys produced a whole series of these. There was molds where you could make the characters, not only just for Captain Scarlet, they also did Thunderbirds, Joe Nicey. There was a few other ones that they did as well. But this particular one we're looking at today is from Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. And it was all tied in with the return of Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons to mainstream television in 1991. Now, obviously, the original series was produced and aired in between 1967 and 1968. There was one season produced with 32 episodes, and each episode was 25 minutes long. It was a more adult theme series from the Andersons rather than the previous series that had aired their previous Super Mario Nation episodes. This was a little more darker, a lot more killing involved with this one, and it was a bit more violent than what the other ones had been, and the puppets were more human-like, so the proportions were more like humans rather than the marionettes that we'd seen in the earlier series. Anyway, what we're looking at here today is the plaster and paint magnets and badges set, and this is the box it comes in. And at the very top it's got ages 5 and above, and you've got the Dekker Toys logo on the left hand corner. It says Captain Scarlet. It says make your own Captain Scarlet mission badges, paint your own mission magnets, and you can see an image there as Captain Scarlet, and there's Captain Scarlet flying a aircraft on the top right hand side. You've got Colonel White in his Spectrum Command seat, and you've got Lieutenant Green, Captain Blue and Captain Scarlet. Again, I think they're on cloud base, and the bottom picture is the Angel Interceptors flying over the top of the SPV. And in the middle of the box you can see images of everything you can make. So you can make your badges, so you've got the Spectrum logo, you've got the SPV, you've got Captain Black, you've got the Angel Interceptor, the Spectrum helicopter, Captain Blue, Captain Scarlet and Destiny Angel, and the MPV and the SPV. And then you've got the clips there which click onto the back to make the badges, and the magnets which you can put on to make the fridge magnets or whatever. Okay, so that's the front of the box. Let's turn the box around and let's see what we got printed on the back. Okay, well, as with most of these boxes at the time, there was nothing printed on the back. They were just pure white, and this one is no exception. But if we drop the box down to the side, or the top, I should say, you can see you've got the ages 5 and above. You've got the Dekker Toys logos there. Caution for children over 5 years old, 5 years of age, for use under adult supervision due to small parts and badge pins with functional sharp points. Read the instructions before use, follow them and keep them for reference. And you've got all the logos and the markings on the side there. The CE marking, 0 to 3 years. It says plaster and paint magnets and badges. Contains 12 plaster moulds, plaster, pots of paint, pots of varnish, paintbrush, 6 magnets and 6 badge pins, and the instructions. Barcode, the Carlton logo, and the copyright information at the bottom, and it's got www.captainscarlet.tv, which was the website at the time. I don't think that exists anymore. We turn the box to the side, and again we've got the image of Captain Scarlet, the Dekker Toys logo on the ages 5 and above. You've got images of the items that you can make, and it's plaster and paint, magnets and badges, and again you've got the Carlton logo. Bottom of the box, same again, Captain Scarlet logo, Dekker Toys logo, ages 5 and above. Again, the magnets and the badges that you can make, plaster and paint magnets and badges, and the Carlton logo. And well, exactly the same again on this side, so I won't read it again. Okay, that is the box. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open the box and we're going to have a look at the contents. Okay, so I've removed the lid and this is what we've got inside. So we've got Captain Scarlet magnets and badges, and that's the paint colours, so it shows you how to mix colours as well to make different colours. And there's the images of what you can actually make on the back there. So Captain Black, Destiny Angel, Captain Scarlet, Captain Blue, Spectrum, the Mysterons logo, Captain Scarlet badge, the Spectrum badge, and you've got the Spectrum saloon car, the SPV, the MPV, the Spectrum helicopter, and the Angel interceptor. Okay, nothing else inside that one. And it says magnets and badges, contents, mould, plaster, paint, paintbrushes, paint pins, magnets, instructions and colour guide. Here are some useful hints, advice for adult supervision, and so on. Safety rules, general first aid information, spills of chemicals, how to work with moulding with plaster sets. So this is the instructions. So pour 150 millimeters of water into a container. Always put water in first. Slowly sprinkle the plaster into the water until only thin film of water remains on top. Never pour all the plaster in too quickly. Mix together the water and plaster until it becomes a smooth paste. Pour the paste into the shapes and tap the moulds to level the plaster and vibrate out any air bubbles. If you are making badges, wait 1 minute and then put the badge pin halfway into the plaster across the widest section of the badge. When you have completed all the shapes, allow to harden overnight. Hold the mould upside down, close the tabletop and gently close to the tabletop and gently press out the shapes. Remove any rough edges. If you are making magnets, release the shapes and stick a piece of magnet on the back of each shape. And how to decorate your models. Paint your shapes by following the colour guide. Cover the largest area of one colour first and allow to dry before painting with another colour. Clean your brush after each colour change. Wait until paint has dried before correcting any mistakes. There we are. So that gives us there's the colour guide there. And then we go into the same instructions again, but in different languages. So that's the the magnet and badges instructions. Let's move those out of the way and let's have a look at the contents of what we got here. Okay, so we have the moulds here. So maybe we can see it better. Yeah, okay, so let's look on the back side and you can see. So we've got, well, I'm trying to make out which one is which here. So you've got Captain Blue, I'd imagine. That's the Angel, and maybe that's Captain Scarlet, and that's Captain Black. Maybe. I don't know. They look very, very similar to me. You've got the Captain Scarlet logo there. You've got the MPV, the SPV, the Spectrum saloon car, the helicopter, the Spectrum badge, the Angel interceptor, the Mysteron logo. So that's the molds for you to put your plaster into to make your badge or your magnet. There's a whole bag of powder, all still sealed up, untouched. There's a lot of powder in there, so you should be able to make quite a lot of badges, and well, at least the whole set anyway. So let's pop that back down in there so it's out of the way. So then we've got here, we've got all the different colour paints. There's blue, what's that one? Oh, that's the varnish. So because you have to varnish the figures afterwards, so as you varnish, then you've got black, yellow, red, orange and white. You've got the pins here, which is all still sealed up, so I can't actually open them to show you, but they're the pin backs, and you press part of the back into the moulding if you want to make a badge, and so that just the hook section sticks out, and then you can put that onto your jumper. Or if you want to use a magnet, they've got double-sided sticky tape on the back, So you peel off the magnet and you put it onto, you might have to cut the magnet in half depending on what you're putting it onto. So if you're putting it onto a figure, then you need to, obviously the magnets are too long, so you would have to cut the magnet and make it shorter. And that goes for quite a lot of the items actually. Even though there's 6 magnets there, they're probably way too big unless you cut the magnet in half and use 2 magnets on each of the molds. So there we are. That is the Captain Scarlet magnet and badge molding set. Nice little set that, and would be good fun for kids to have and do during their holiday time, or when they're off school for whatever reason, or weekends. Great fun set for them to play with and make. Now, how well did these sets do back in 2001? Well, yeah, I mean back in 2001, Captain Scarlet had just returned to the TV screens. I think it was being run on BBC Two, so it was brought the popularity of the show back, which obviously sparked a whole load of merchandise again. There was merchandise, all sorts of merchandise produced again. There was even figures being given away in cereal boxes. So there was a lot of merchandise that had been spawned from the TV series going back to prime time television, if you like. And pretty much everyone got on the wagon. Dekker Toys produced quite a lot of Anderson merchandise, and Captain Scarlet was no exception. They produced quite a few of these sets, and there was loads of other stuff that they produced as well, costumes, masks, all sorts of things that they produced. So yep, as with all of the Captain Scarlet merchandise, everything, it was very popular for that particular year. Merchandise everywhere. Christmas time was coming up, so lots and lots of merchandise was produced and available for parents to buy for their kids at Christmas, as seems to be the trend, and has been really well from as long as I can remember. So yes, they've done very well, and however many produced, I've got no idea how many was produced, but they obviously sold pretty much most of the stock. Now moving forward, almost 25 years since this was produced. Almost 24 years, I should say, 2001 to 2024 December. Do they come up for sale very often on the platforms? Not really, not these particular sets, they don't now. I know they did, well, go back about 10-15 years ago, you used to see them on the platforms quite a lot. Not just these sets, but there was the figures that you could make as well. There was quite a lot of moulding sets that were available for Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Joe 90. There was a lot of them around, but nowadays they very, very rarely come up on the platforms, and when they do, they're not really around on the platforms for very long. And you do find that the ones that come on the platforms have been used. So that some of the molds have been, or some of the items have been made, the paints have been opened, some of the paint has been used, or you can tell that the paintbrush has been used. You can still see residue in the molds, and the powder is usually either part used or gone. So yeah, they do come up, but not in this mint unopened condition. However, if you still choose to buy one on the platforms, then just be careful, because what you think you may be looking at with the stock photographs and the stock description may not be what you are going to get, because a lot of them use stock images and stock descriptions. So do have a good look at the actual image of the item you're buying and the description. So where it says used, click the used item. What we have is very different, because we have managed to find, I think there was 5 or 6 of these sets which we bought from a closed down shop, and they were untouched and still sitting in the stock room where they had sat since they were taken off the shelf in the, I think 2002, the owner said to me, and they would have been sitting in the back shelf ever since. So those sets, which are all unused, untouched and still sealed, are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website. which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody. I'm absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Captain Scarlet Plaster and Paint Magnet and Badges set. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.